Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It is a beautiful, windy Friday here on the West Coast, and I haven't been live in quite a while. So I wanted to come see you today, see where you are, see what you're up to. And I've got a very special message today. Today, I want to talk to men, okay? I want to talk to some men folk today. But let me know where you are, if you're out there, what you're doing today here on Facebook, on YouTube. Hi, Gwen. How you doing? Hi, Sophia, Leah, Tiffany. Good morning, Grand Rising to you. We haven't done GCC. I've been so busy over on IVTV, getting everything set up over there. So if you haven't come over to see us, please come over. Good morning, ATL. Oh, somebody's got the flu. Hey, in Belize, how you doing? I'll be quiet. I'm just listening. You can talk today, okay? Hey, Texas. Hey, New York. How you doing? Philly's in the house. Kentucky's in the house. But I wanted to come today and talk to men. You know, for the past 36 years, doing so much work with women. Hey, Phoenix. Hey, UK. How you doing? And people are always asking me, well, when are you going to do something for men? And I am doing something for men. And I want the men to understand, okay, Netherlands, Ohio, Detroit. Yeah. So I want all men to consider this my personal invitation to you, where I'm focusing time, energy, and attention on you. Consider this my personal invitation for you to become a member of the Invisible Ache Book Club. It's a virtual book club where we are going to walk through the pages of the book authored by the incomparable and esteemed actor Courtney B. Vance, the life partner, husband of our beloved Angela Bassett. But Courtney talks about the invisible ache that so many men have. That thing inside where you know something isn't quite right, but you can't put your finger on it. You can't name it because you can't see it, but it drives you, and very often it short circuits your desire to be more, to do more, to have more. It makes some men frustrated. It makes some men angry. It makes some men act up, act out. It leads some men to harm themselves or harm others. The invisible ache. I think it's time for men to start talking about their invisible ache, talking to each other. See, as women, we talk a lot. And so we share challenges, issues, problems, victories, celebrations. And I'm not really sure that men have that place. So I wanted to create a place for men to come, to share together, to grow together, to talk about the things that they're facing as men, the things that they are experiencing as men in this new world order. Because I believe as a mom, as a wife, as a grandmom, as a woman, that very often men are conditioned to hold certain things within, to not talk about them, to not address them. And it leads to frustration, anxiety. It leads to self-harm. Yeah. So the Invisible Virtual Book Club, the Invisible Ache Virtual Book Club is an opportunity for men to come together, share together, be together, and to create a movement, a movement back to leadership, a movement back to solid homes and community, a movement back to themselves. One of the things that Courtney talks about in The Invisible Ache is the importance of men to learn self care, how to care for yourself, how to take care of yourself, your mind, your body, your spirit, so that you can be better for everyone else in your life. I'm hosting this book club with an incredible group of men. I'm there to facilitate, to breathe and to pray and to hold space. I'm not there to talk. So we're beginning on Thursday, April 18th from 7:30 to 9:30, the Invisible Ache virtual book club wherever you are in the world. If you're a man, you can attend. My first guest will be, or co-host, will be Coach Robert Pruitt, who does incredible work on visioning. My next week will be Dr. Steve Perry, who is an educator and who works with young boys. He has started 5 charter schools. So he works with both male teachers and young boys, because some of our men have challenges and issues from their boyhood that they've never addressed, and that is their invisible ache. If you're a man out there, do you feel it? Do you feel it? Feel it? Have you noticed that there's something inside that you know is not quite right? Not quite right, but you can't name it. And sometimes we become so conditioned and programmed to hurting in silence, to dealing with it in silence. We teach our boys not to cry, not to talk, not to complain, and yet that ache is in there. So, men coming together, you're not coming together just to read a book, although we are going to walk through the book 2 chapters a week for 5 weeks, every week. My second guest, Dr. Steve Perry, an educator, Dr. B. Sirius, who's a natural, holistic healer and teacher. He's going to be with me. So every week there'll be a male co-host so that you can share your story, share your experience, and ask questions and get answers and get process and get practices and get tools, power tools, because the invisible ache will steal your power. And I think that we are moving into a time where we as women have grown and shifted and changed. We've got a lot of information that I think hasn't been given to men. So I'm asking you, if you're a man and you have an invisible ache, or you know about an invisible ache, if you've got brothers, friends, other men who have that ache and you see it in their life, then you come and get the information so that you can share it with them. Men need to talk about something other than sports and money and women. Okay, let's talk about you. Let's talk about appropriate ways for you to care for yourself, appropriate ways for men to heal, appropriate ways for men to connect and create community, because we are in a new time. We are in a new time. And this solar eclipse has set us in a posture and in an energy that we can grow and heal and do some powerful things. We want our men to be leaders. So are you in? Are you in? Can I count on you men to come, to create community, to discuss, to share, to be together? And ladies, this is not for you. This is not for you. Your job is to pray and to hold them. Your job is to send your brother, your sister. I mean, not your sister. No, don't send your sister. Just send your brother, your son, your grandson. Send them to the Invisible Ache Book Club starting April 18th. You know, the men, this is why I love working with men. Men are slow. They're slow to sign up, but once they're in, they're in. They are in, and they put their foot down, and they do the work. We've got some work for you to do. We've got some conversations for you to have. And the only reason that I'm there is because Holy Spirit guided me to facilitate it. But I know my role. So if you are a young man, ages 18 and up, we want you 18 and up. Actually, I'll take you 16 or 17, but that means mama has to pay for it. Okay. And let me tell you why we're charging. Because you have to make an investment. One of the things that Spirit said to me when I got this directive, because that's what it is, a directive, was that every able-bodied man must make an investment in his healing, growth, and evolution. Otherwise, it has no value. So we're charging $53. That's $10 or $13. No, $10 a week. $10 a week for 5 weeks to be with Iyanla Vanzant. That's worth the price, right? Me and a wonderful co-host, the Invisible Ache Book Club. Let me pull it up so that you can see it. Based on the book by Courtney B. Vance and Dr. Robin L. Smith. Dr. Robin's going to be with us. She's the other guest. She's going to be with us one week. Dr. B. Serious, Dr. Steve Perry, Coach Robert Pruitt, and oh my God, I can't remember the other brother's name. I should have wrote it down. Men 16 to whatever age. I want fathers, I want grandfathers, I want husbands, I want lovers. I don't care if you're straight or gay. I don't care if you live in the North or the South, Africa or the UK. If you've got an invisible ache, let's talk about it. Now, the cost of the book is not in there. Please go over and get the book. Go over and get the book. You don't have to have the book to participate, because I think the conversation will be powerful enough. Men in community, growing, healing, sharing. I think that'll be powerful enough. But there are some tools in that book that you do not want to miss. The Invisible Ache, you can get it at Amazon. If you're in the community where there's a minority owned, and that could be Black, Asian, Latin, minority owned bookstore, please get it there. If not, you know, my husband, Amazon, he has it. I say he's my husband because I spend many a night with him. Okay. You can reserve your spot today at Iyanla.com. Iyanla. Now, y'all can't say my name, but you can spell it. Iyanla.com. You can go there. You can register for the book club. Mothers, if you want to register your son. Now, here, ladies, let me just say this to you. Let me come back up to you. And this is how we're going to do this. Don't tell him he has to come. Ask him if he wants to do it. Let the choice be his. He may not have the information because he's working right now, or he's doing something, he's not online. But don't force them, whether it's your husband, your brother, your boyfriend, your best friend. Ask them, do they want to come? Because one of the things that the Invisible Ache talks about is about men finding and using their voice, that a leader has to have a voice. And so this is an opportunity. I know if you're a woman and your brother, your husband, your father, whoever has an issue, you want to tell them what to do. No. Give him the information and let him make the choice, okay? The Invisible Ache Book Club. Listen, brothers, this is a safe place. I want you to know that this is a safe place for you to share, for you to learn, for you to grow, for you to heal. It begins on Thursday, April 18th. It'll be via Zoom. Once you register, you'll get the link. It's from 7:30 to 9 Eastern Standard Time. I will be there to facilitate your opening process, your breath, your connection to each other, so that you know you are safe in this safe place. You do not have to put your camera on. You can have your camera on or off, because I want you to know that you are safe in the Invisible Ache Safe Space Interactive Book Club. So I really wanted to come and share that with you today. I hope you brothers are out there. I hope you know it's because I love you. I just love you. I love us. And we're in such a new time, such a volatile time. There's so many choices and changes that are coming ahead, coming upon us. We need our men. We need our boys. We need you. We don't need you in prison. We don't need you in a what's the thing they put on your ankle? We don't need that, and neither do you. And as you learn more how to share what's going on in your heart, in your life, as you learn that it's okay, because we've learned as women, and we want you to learn. And as women, we've got to give our sons, our husbands, our brothers, our fathers that space to do that. House arrest, right? The little thing they have on the feet, 15, 16 years old, where our young boys think more about sex than about the future. Okay. And the girls are Well, that's a whole nother question. Okay, let me shut up and just tell you, I wanted to come share that with you on Friday. It starts next week, but I hadn't been live in so long. So, brothers, this is my personal invitation to you. I didn't want to put it out there as a marketing tool or, something that I'm selling or whatever, because y'all get very upset if you think I'm selling something. The $53 is an investment in yourself. $10 a week to be online with the baddest life coach on the planet. Not a life coach. I am a spiritual technician. That's what I am, and a spiritual life coach. But you get to spend time with me for 90 minutes with the Oliver and for $10. Come on now. All right. And it's really not about the money. It's about you making an investment in yourself. If you've got an ache, if you know somebody who has one, if you've been navigating and negotiating your pain in silence, if you know that you want to be more, do more, have more, if you're working hard, and still not able to get ahead and you don't understand it, come to the book club, whether or not you have the book. And the book club is a prelude. It's a prelude to a 9-week workshop that I'm going to do with men. 9 weeks. I don't want to call it a rites of passage because that's not what it is. But after the book club, we're going to do Up From Here, which is a 9-week spiritual, emotional, mental leadership retraining, not training, because so many of you are leading and living and holding it down, and you're still hurt. So I want to support you, facilitate you in addressing the hurt, the ache. Okay. The Invisible Ache Book Club. You can register right now at Iyanla, IYANLA.com. Just look for the book and sign up. Wives, mothers, sisters, daughters, don't tell him to go. Give him the information and respect him enough to let him make the choice for himself. Some of you aren't ready, and that's okay. That is really okay. But we're going to start next Thursday, I believe. Okay. And how are you? And ladies, don't be putting your name in as Roger and sneaking in. We really want it to be a safe place for men. They've respected our place. Can you just buy the book if the person is constantly working? Absolutely. Buy the book, and give it to him, but also let him know that we're going to walk through it. We're going to walk through it 2 chapters a week, every week for 5 weeks. All right. And that's also going to be a practice for you. Some brothers don't have a consistent practice. They don't go to church. They don't go to mosque. They don't go to temple. They don't have a consistent practice. So when you come, we're going to give you a consistent practice, short, quick, that you can do each and every day. Okay. And ladies, what are you doing? What are y'all up to out there? And when they're in, if you've got a man in your house, a son, a brother, a father, a husband, a partner, when he's in there, you go sit down somewhere and pray and send him light. When do I rest? I do all the time. I nap. I do like a good nap. Yeah. So any males, I'll take them 16. I'll take them, say, the 16-year-olds, they're going to be, it's hard to keep their attention. But that 18-year-old getting ready to get out of high school to go to college, or, out of high school, maybe one who does have an ankle bracelet on and is real, whatever it's called, and is really want to get it together. Maybe a young brother who had a child and now he understands that he's got to get his life together for him. And I also want you OGs. I see y'all in the barbershop when I go to get my hair done. And they're always on the slide asking me questions. Miss Iyanla, let me ask you about this. Let me ask you about this. I got a question. Here's what my barber asked me yesterday. Okay. let's do this real quick. Okay. So my barber said to me that he was in the restaurant with his lady, and she started talking real loud and said some unladylike words in the restaurant. Okay. And he told her to hush. Actually, he said he told her to shut up. And that all of her girlfriends in the restaurant or there at the table were telling him he ain't had no right to talk to her like that. I'm like, really? So I said to him, well, another possibility would have been for you to call her to the side and say, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? But in that moment, when he heard it come out of her mouth, the words, the reaction was to tell her to shut up. And all the women in the barbershop told him he was wrong to do that. I didn't think he was wrong. I didn't think he was wrong. Could he have said it differently? Yes. Could she not have been cussing in public? Yeah. Okay. But sometimes I wonder, as women, if we're not willing to receive, to accept, to align with the leadership of a man, even if he doesn't do it right. I'm not talking about old school, old world, drag you by your hair, stay pregnant. But are we willing sometimes to allow them to check us? Or do we think when they check us, we got to have a comeback? I just want to throw that on the floor. I just want to throw that on the floor, because as our men begin to address the invisible ache, things are going to change. And we have to be ready. What I say is, if a woman knows her lover's heart, if she knows her son's heart, her dad's heart, her father's heart, she will align. She will align. We will align. We love you. We love you, and we want you whole. We want you healthy. So the Invisible Ache Book Club, one more time, you can sign up and register at Iyanla, Iyanla, Iyanla.com. You can sign up there. Sign up if you're a man, if you've got an ache, if you know men who ache, if you just want to be nosy and see what's going on. You will get the Zoom link once you register. You do not have to have your camera on, and you can still share by speaking or in the chat, in the Q&A. Why? Because it is a safe space. Okay? Reserve your spot today. I just wanted to say, have a great, great weekend. I hope you join me some mornings for prayer on IVTV. You can register at Fireside. Fireside, it's one word, IVTV. We do Every Day I Pray every morning. We have What Kind of Effery? I can't say that out loud here. We have a show on Saturday with Reverend Kelly Giroux. What kind of effery is this? We have a show every single night. We have live programming on IVTV. Our shaman, our resident shaman, Reverend Anthony Bear Farmer, does the Awakened Heart. Reverend Latanya Taylor on Monday nights does Can You Hear Me Now? She's teaching affirmative prayer. We have Transformational Tuesdays, where I interview a new teacher every single week. Next week, I'll be interviewing Dr. Judith Orloff, who is an empath. That means she feels and she takes on whatever is going on in the environment. I know there's a lot of you out there who are empaths and don't even know it. So people tell you, oh, you're too sensitive. Oh, you're too emotional. Oh, you always into your feelings. It could be that you're empathic and didn't know. Well, Dr. Judith Orloff is coming to Transformational Tuesday on IVTV to tell us what it is to be an empath and how to manage it. Then on Wednesday, we have a sound bath every Wednesday with Dr. Ivy Hilton. On Thursday, we have Southern Intuition with Free Kinlow, who does medium or intuitive readings right on the screen. Okay. And then Friday is Free for All Friday with me. IVTV on fireside. So while the men are in the book clubs, ladies, y'all come on over to IVTV. Okay. Okay. And again, if you're an empath, please do sign up and come over and let Doc. She is the world premier expert on empathic sensations and being an empath. All right, there we go. Invisible, a book club for men ages 18 and up. If you want to send your 16-year-old, okay. And it's $53 for the 5 weeks because a man has to invest in his own healing, growth, and evolution. If it's given to him, if there's no investment, because I give you everything for free. If there's no investment, there's no value. All righty. Good. So have a great, great weekend. I won't see you this weekend because I'll be over on IVTV. I'll be on Spiritual Study Sanctuary Sunday morning. If you haven't joined Spiritual Study Sanctuary, I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you. Okay. Because we've been having a good, good time over there. Have a great, great weekend. Don't forget, to tell somebody you love that you're grateful for them and why. And B, just be grateful each and every day. And I'm going to see you real soon, okay? Bye.